Michael Stewart has ripped into Hearts after the brutal sacking of Neil Critchley. Meanwhile, the Rangers dugout is about to explode with Marco Rose suddenly rocketing into the frame, causing absolute tremors at Ibrox. Nicholas Kuhn has fired back at the critics in style with a celebration that has everyone talking. And Barry Ferguson has thrown down the gauntlet to his Rangers squad, warning that every single player is fighting for their future. This is the only channel bringing you Scottish football with the passion it deserves. We live it, we breathe it, we tell it like it is. Subscribe now, because when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we will be giving away a shirt of your favorite Scottish club to one lucky supporter, and that is only the beginning. Michael Stewart did not hold back when reacting live to the sacking of Neil Critchley by Hearts, delivering a scathing verdict that the Englishman was never the right fit for Tynecastle from the very start. During Sports Scene, while the program was still live, the news broke that Hearts had dismissed Critchley following a disastrous run that included a 1-0 defeat to Dundee, missing out on a top 6 premiership finish, and falling short in the Scottish Cup. Liam Fox has stepped in as interim head coach, but the damage has been done with Hearts only 5 points clear of the dreaded relegation playoff spot. Stewart, a former Hearts midfielder himself, did not sugarcoat it. He admitted he had sympathy for Critchley as a person, recognizing his football knowledge, but insisted that he simply did not fit what a Hearts manager should be. He laid heavy criticism at the door of the Hearts board, questioning their recruitment process, which has now seen 7 managerial appointments, 6 different managers, since Anne Budge took control of the club after administration. Speaking on the BBC, Stewart said, "They're clearly concerned about being dragged into the relegation playoff spot. I'm not surprised. I've got a great deal of sympathy for Neil Critchley. Very nice guy. Clearly knows football, but he was never a Hearts manager, and that's the bigger problem. Who's making these appointments?" When Neil Critchley's name was first mentioned, I do not think there was a single person connected with Hearts that thought, "That's a good appointment." Stewart then pulled no punches about the board's decision-making, revealing that much of the responsibility was handed over to Jamestown Analytics, a move he clearly found baffling. The former midfielder went further, hammering Hearts for trying to be too clever instead of simply acting like the massive club they are. He said, "I do not think it's rocket science. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel." Hearts are arguably the 3rd biggest club in Scotland, certainly up there with Hibs and Aberdeen. They should be in Europe every season, no question. Look at St. Mirren, smaller budget, less resources, and they have secured back-to-back top 6 finishes. Hearts are underachieving massively. Bottom 6 is absolutely unacceptable. They should be competing for Europe every year. They should be going deep into the cups. Tynecastle used to be an intimidating fortress. Now it's anything but. To get that back, you need the right kind of players and the right kind of mentality. Right now, Hearts simply do not have enough players like that. Stewart's brutal honesty will no doubt spark furious debate among the Hearts faithful, with many fans already furious over the club's regression under the current leadership. Do you think Hearts have completely lost their identity under this board, and should fans demand a full restructure from top to bottom before it is too late? The search for the next Rangers manager has taken a seismic twist, as Marco Rose has emerged as a shock frontrunner for the Ibrox hot seat. Bookmakers have been scrambling to slash their odds after an explosion of rumors linking the former Borussia Dortmund boss to Rangers. Rose's odds have nosedived from 20-1 to 13-8 in a matter of hours. This sudden shift comes with the backdrop of San Francisco Enterprises, the incoming Rangers owners, holding strong ties to Red Bull, a footballing empire where Rose made his name with successful spells at Salzburg and Leipzig. The 48-year-old, who was under contract at Leipzig until 2026 before his recent exit, has long admired Glasgow's intense football scene. Rose has tasted both victory and defeat at Celtic Park with Salzburg and Leipzig, and he was in the Dortmund dugout when they drew 2-2 at Ibrox, a result that paved Rangers' memorable path to the Europa League final in Seville. Meanwhile, Greta Steinson and Andrew Kavanagh continue to push towards completing their takeover at Ibrox. Steinson is already tapping into his network across the continent, seeking a manager who can finally topple Celtic's stranglehold on Scottish football. But it is not just Rose making waves. Kevin Thelwell, the new sporting director, is also getting to work and his strong relationship with Sean Dyche has been highlighted once again. Dyche, who worked alongside Thelwell at Everton under difficult financial constraints, has been priced up as another serious contender for the Rangers job. Speaking earlier this season, Thelwell said, "Sean and I work very closely with each other. We are talking regularly in the mornings, afternoons, and evenings about what we can do and how we can use the resources we have to turn things round. I can assure everyone there is no stone unturned in trying to rectify our current situation." That kind of relentless attitude could be exactly what Rangers need as they rebuild for next season, with two major names now firmly in the frame, one offering European pedigree and the other pure Premier League grit. The battle for the Ibrox dugout is set to ignite. If you were in charge, who would you choose to lead Rangers back to glory? Marco Rose's continental flair or Sean Dyche's no-nonsense steel? Celtic winger Nicholas Kuhn has lifted the lid on his goal celebration at Tannadice after hitting back at critics questioning his recent form. The German wide man struck twice during the champions' emphatic 5-0 victory over Dundee United, a win that officially sealed Celtic's fourth league title on the spin. Kuhn, who now boasts an impressive tally of 20 goals this season, gestured with both hands in a clear, shut-up motion after scoring his first goal. Asked if the celebration was directed at anyone in particular, Kuhn said, "Not particularly, but to a lot of people. I think it was a great season already. A lot of players did a good job this season already. I think I wasn't too bad either. I don't really read what people are saying, but I get it from some of the teammates. I'm just happy that we won the title, and we keep going." It marked a welcome return to form for the German, who looked sharp and hungry to make a point. With 20 goals and 14 assists across all competitions, Kuhn believes he has played a major role in Celtic's title triumph, far beyond the bit-part role he held last season. Kuhn said, "I think it was a small break in form, but it wasn't too bad. It's been a long season already, and I'm happy to help the team today. It's really good. It's always nice to win a title." The team is really happy. It means a lot to win the title. I think that's the reason why I came here, to win trophy. We did it again, so we're all really happy. Kuhn also insisted the team had silenced their doubters after a shaky defeat to St. Johnstone, where Brendan Rodgers had publicly questioned the players' mentality. Now, with a massive clash against Rangers looming at Ibrox, Kuhn believes Celtic are back in top gear and focused on completing a historic treble. Kuhn said, "I think in the last 2 games we have already shown a great reaction to the St. Johnstone game. The goal was to just keep going and score some goals. The game against Rangers next Sunday is really important. I think we have to stay within the flow and focus until the last game. Hopefully, we can get the treble at the end of the season." As for personal highlights, Kuhn pointed to Celtic's brilliant performances in Europe, particularly in the Champions League. He found the net against RB Leipzig and scored at the Allianz Arena against Bayern Munich, a night that almost delivered one of the greatest upsets in Celtic's European history. Kuhn added, "I think there were quite a lot of highlights, especially in the Champions League. We did well, and we had some fantastic moments. There's been a lot, but I would say the Champions League was special." Should Kuhn be starting every big match now, even if it means dropping another star player? Barry Ferguson has sent a thunderous message to his Rangers squad after another frustrating setback in the Scottish Premiership, following a flat 2-2 draw against St. Mirren in Paisley. Ferguson made it absolutely clear that nobody's place at Ibrox is safe, regardless of whether they are under contract or not. The interim manager did not sugarcoat the situation, with the club undergoing a major shakeup off the pitch, including the expected takeover by San Francisco 49ers Enterprises and the appointment of Kevin Thelwell as sporting director. Ferguson stressed that massive change is already underway. Every player must now treat every match, every training session, as an audition for their future. Speaking after the match, Ferguson said it straight. "I have said to them, even if you are in contract, everybody is playing for their future. As everybody here knows, there is going to be a lot of changes, and there needs to be a lot of changes. These changes are starting to happen already, with the takeover and Kevin coming in." Ferguson underlined just how short the summer will be. With European qualifiers looming and a full preseason on the horizon, Rangers cannot afford a single wasted moment. We are coming to the end of the season, and it is a short break. Then you are straight back into preseason, and before you know it, The European games start and the league kicks off again. There is a huge job to be done here and it needs to start now. This blunt reality comes off the back of another dismal performance. Rangers twice took the lead against St. Mirren, but were pegged back each time, displaying a fragility that has plagued them throughout a disappointing season. Ferguson wants none of that attitude when they take on newly crowned champion Celtic at Ibrox in the next fixture. Every time you pull on that jersey and cross the white line, it should mean absolutely everything. It is easy to get up for a big game like the Celtic one, but it should be the standard for every match against every opponent. We will have a day off, and then it is back to work. I will have my sleeves rolled up, my staff will be ready, and the players better be ready too. Meanwhile, across the pitch at St. Mirren, Stephen Robinson basked in a moment of pride as fans unfurled a banner in his honor, recognizing the achievement of 3 consecutive top 6 finishes. Robinson praised his players and staff but kept his focus clear, stating that there is still work to be done before the season closes. Back at Ibrox, the mood is very different. With Rangers set for major changes, questions hang over almost every member of the current squad. Who has the heart, the hunger, and the quality to survive the inevitable overhaul? Ferguson's message was brutal but necessary. Perform now or prepare to be shipped out. A summer revolution awaits Rangers, and the time for excuses has run out. The message could not be louder or clearer. Prove you belong at Rangers or face the consequences. And don't forget, we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit that mark, we're giving away a shirt of your favorite SPFL team to 1 lucky subscriber. So hit that subscribe button, drop your team in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. I post videos every day talking about our Scottish football. See you soon.